The Galactic Military Academy's amphitheater fell silent as Edith walked onto the testing platform. The human female moved with an easy confidence that unnerved the assembled cadets from a dozen different species. Beside her, Cassius stood with his arms crossed, watching from the observation deck with the other human instructors. Proctor Velthor, a towering Corinthian with chitinous armor, plating, and 4 mechanical eyes, activated the neural interface. The device hummed to life, its crystalline sensors glowing an ominous purple. Around the amphitheater, 2,000 cadets leaned forward in their seats, mandibles clicking, antennae twitching, scales rustling with anticipation. Cadet Edith Martinez. Velthor's voice reverberated through the chamber, translated simultaneously into 43 languages. You stand before the pain tolerance assessment. Every warrior in the Galactic Coalition must prove their ability to withstand suffering. This test has broken the resolve of countless candidates. Edith nodded, rolling her shoulders. Understood, Proctor. The device will stimulate your neural pathways, creating sensations of increasing pain. Most species endure between 4 and 7 minutes before requesting cessation. The record is held by a Borlethian shock trooper, 14 minutes and 32 seconds. Velthor's mandibles clicked with what might have been approval. Do you understand the parameters? Crystal clear. Edith stepped into the activation circle, electrodes automatically attaching to her temples and wrists. From the observation deck, Cassius caught the eye of Commander Treshike, a grizzled Vorthian veteran whose scars told stories of 100 battles. The commander's bioluminescent spots pulsed with curiosity. "You're humans," Treshike said, his translator rendering his aquatic language into crisp standard. "They always surprise us." Cassius smiled, but said nothing. Velthor initiated the sequence. Level 1. Beginning now. The amphitheater's holographic displays showed Edith's vital signs: heart rate, neural activity, stress hormones. The pain began as a dull ache, the sensation of burning spreading across phantom limbs. Around the room, cadets who had already endured this test reflexively winced. Edith blinked. Then she looked up at Velthor. "Are we starting now?" A ripple of confusion spread through the audience. Velthor's mechanical eyes whirred, focusing on the human. "The test has commenced. You should be experiencing significant discomfort." "Oh." Edith shifted her weight. "Okay, just checking." Velthor's mandibles twitched, the Corinthian equivalent of a frown. He increased the intensity to level 3, skipping level 2 entirely. The holographic displays flared. Edith's neural activity spiked as the device simulated the sensation of bones breaking, of flesh being torn. A gasp echoed through the amphitheater. A Delphinian cadet in the front row looked away, remembering their own experience at level 3. Edith's jaw tightened slightly. She took a slow breath through her nose. "That's more noticeable." "Noticeable?" Velthor's voice carried a note of disbelief. "Yeah, like a bad toothache. Maybe a 7 out of 10. Edith cocked her head. "Are we going higher?" Cassius chuckled from the observation deck. Treshike turned to him, bioluminescent spots flickering rapidly. "Explain this." "No species finds level 3 merely noticeable." "You're testing the wrong thing," Cassius said quietly. "You're measuring when someone wants the pain to stop. Humans have a different threshold. We measure when we can't continue. There's a significant difference." Velthor elevated the test to level 6. The amphitheater's atmosphere grew tense. At this level, the pain was supposed to be unbearable, the simulation of multiple simultaneous traumas, of nervous systems on fire. Edith grunted. Sweat beaded on her forehead. Her hands curled into fists, knuckles white. The vital signs showed elevated cortisol, increased heart rate, but nothing approaching the breakdown other species exhibited at this level. "Do you wish to stop, cadet?" Velthor asked, a hint of concern creeping into his mechanical voice. "Why would I stop?" Edith's voice was strained but steady. "You haven't told me to." A synth cadet, reptilian and cold-blooded, hissed to their companion. "Impossible. She should be unconscious." Velthor looked to the observation deck, to the human instructor. Cassius simply nodded. Level 8. The highest level ever tested on conscious subjects. The device began simulating death itself, the cascade of system failures, the sensation of organs shutting down, of consciousness fragmenting. Edith dropped to one knee. A cry escaped her lips, raw and primal. Her entire body trembled. The holographic displays showed neural patterns that would have rendered most species comatose. Blood trickled from her nose where a vessel had burst from stress. The amphitheater was absolutely silent. Cadet Martinez. Velthor's voice was gentle now, almost awed. You may stop. Edith looked up, tears streaming down her face, mixing with sweat and blood. Is that an order, Proctor? It is a mercy. Then, no thank you. Edith pushed herself back to standing, legs shaking. How much longer is the test? Cassius descended from the observation deck, his boots echoing in the shocked silence. He approached the platform as Velthor deactivated the device. Edith collapsed immediately, and Cassius caught her, lowering her gently to the ground. 23 minutes and 14 seconds, Velthor announced to the assembled cadets. A new record by a significant margin. As medical personnel rushed to assist, Treshinake approached Cassius. I do not understand. Why? Why endure such suffering when reprieve was offered? Cassius looked at Edith, who was conscious but drained, a weak smile on her face. Because that's what humans do. We don't quit because something hurts. We quit when the mission is complete. He paused. Or when someone orders us to stop. Sometimes not even then. Your species is insane. A Vorthian medical officer muttered, running scanners over Edith's vitals. Edith laughed weakly. Yeah, we get that a lot. Later, in the medical bay, Velthor visited the recovering human. Cadet Martinez, I must ask, when did the pain become truly unbearable? Edith considered the question, staring at the ceiling. Around level 5, I guess. Maybe 6. And yet you continued for nearly 20 more minutes. Well, yeah. She turned to look at the proctor. You asked me to demonstrate pain tolerance. I tolerated it. That's the job, right? Velthor's mandibles clicked in what Cassius had learned was Corinthian laughter. The job. Yes. He paused at the doorway. Welcome to the academy, cadet. Something tells me your instructors will need to completely redesign their curriculum. As Velthor left, Cassius pulled up a chair beside Edith's bed. You know, you could have stopped at level 6. You'd already broken the record. Edith grinned. Where's the fun in that? Cassius shook his head, but he was smiling. Humanity, fuck yeah. Humanity, fuck yeah. Edith echoed and closed her eyes to rest. Outside, among the stars that humanity had only recently reached, the galaxy was beginning to understand that they had welcomed a species unlike any other. A species that didn't see limits as walls, but as suggestions, and the aliens were starting to realize that perhaps, just perhaps, they should be grateful humans were on their side.